Greetings. So I am just wrapping up a class called Lost Books of the Bible. In this class, part of what I did is I learned about how the current canon of the Bible that is accepted today came about and was set. And so this video is about my thoughts about the current canon of the Bible and my thoughts around how it came to be, what it is today, um, and what all contributed to that, and things like that, based on what I've learned in this class. What we have today, the current version of the Protestant Bible, the 66 books, is mostly accepted by Christians, especially conservative Christians, as handed down to them. Uh, that particular Bible, however, has been interpreted, translated, translated again and again and again over the years. Some things have been left out of it. Some things have been added to it by different church fathers, different denominations, according to match their beliefs, Protestants versus Catholics, for instance. Some words have been changed. Some new words were picked whenever it was interpreted. A good example of that is the word virgin when it talks about Mary. So one word means young woman. That word virgin means young woman in the original language. It can also mean a woman who has not been with a man, has not procreated. So that word was changed to mean virgin, as in a woman who's not been with a man, to match the idea that Jesus was born of a virgin, which was a repetition of a myth about other saviors in the past. When the Nag Hammadi discovery was made in the Middle East, they found in that particular discovery tons of other books that were supposedly written by the disciples and people around the time of the disciples. Those books, in a lot of ways, were different. Those books, in a lot of ways, were the same as the current Bible. Those books reflected the teachings of the Gnostics, and that was a version of Christianity that believed some things that were different than Orthodox Christianity. The Gnostics were stamped out, suppressed, called heretical, and that particular religion and branch of Christianity couldn't last for a few reasons. One of the reasons being that it was suppressed. The other reason being that they believed that they had secret teachings, the secret teachings of Jesus, as he told them to his disciples. Um, and those secret teachings were kept instead of passed down, so that religion wasn't going to last, probably anyway. If people were so shocked and amazed at the discovery of all those other books that were not at Nag Hammadi, what else has been lost? What else? What other books have possibly been written by disciples that could still be discovered or were lost? What kind of teachings have been lost? What kind of teachings have been erased? We know there's at least one other book, I beg your pardon, that Paul wrote that we know of to the, I don't know how it's pronounced, laudations. So what we have today in the Protestant Bible and the Christian Bible has been shaped and accepted based on Catholic and other Orthodox Christians over the years. By the way, the Catholic Bible has more books than the Protestant Bible, and the Greek Orthodox Church's Bible has more books in it than the Catholic or the Protestant Bible. The church fathers and the people that were empowering the church suppressed and branded anything else besides what they wanted to be in there as heretical. It's interesting, those other religions and ideas were stopped and suppressed and ended. And yet, it's interesting to compare that to in the 1870s, Jehovah's Witnesses were founded in Pittsburgh, and then in the 1830s, the Mormons were founded in Fayette, New York. Those religions were founded and started in a time and place where people had a right to practice religious freedom. And those two religions, because people had the right to practice religious freedom, are still around and thriving today. They were in an environment where they could survive because they had their rights, even though they certainly went through some suppression and danger themselves. But also, those two religions were very evangelical. They pushed for their writings and teachings to be accepted, and they spread out the Book of Mormon and Jehovah's Witness tracts and things like that. Very, very evangelical. So those two particular Christian or those particular branches of Christianity or offshoots of Christianity, depending on how you look at it, survived, unlike a lot of the older religions that did not. So, in summary, the Bible that we have today, the Protestant Bible with 66 books, though it contradicts itself in a lot of ways, it's pretty consistent in a lot of ways too, and it's been shaped to be that way. It's been shaped to be as it is today. Um, some of the things in there were consistent because they were written by some of the same authors and written by authors that had access to other older books that were already being accepted. But it's also consistent today because a lot of things were changed to make things mesh. Even though again, it contradicts itself in a lot of ways, but people overlook that and just accept it as it is today. So that's kind of a haphazard summary, but those are my thoughts around how and why the Bible came to be as it is today and the current accepted canon. Any ideas or comments you have? I'd be willing to see them, and I would love to hear them. Thanks. Have a good day.